Okay, we're streaming now. For everyone who's joining us on YouTube, welcome. It is so nice to spend today with you. I normally channel the librarians of the Akashic Records. Sometimes, since I'm an open channel, sometimes other friends come through. You can see a lot of my channeling here on my Bonita Woods YouTube channel, or visit www.bonitawoods.org. We have a lot of stuff on our website, as well as a lot of free classes. If you want to learn how to do some of this yourself, be it receiving messages, working with your energy centers, spoon bending, things like that. Right, I just want to share with you, like, Jesus has been after me for a few years to channel what we're going to discuss today. And I have put it off and avoided it because I feel like it's kind of controversial, sharing some information that might make a lot of people uncomfortable, even if it is the truth from his lips coming through my body. So I put it off and put it off. And then I was chatting with Kim, who is with us today. She'll read any, if you have any questions, feel welcome to type them. She'll read them to me or to Jesus. And I said, okay, he told me that I could put it off to 4 p.m. April 4th, and that's it, no later. And Kim laughed and said, that's Easter Sunday. And I'm like, of course, that's pretty much a sign. I spoke with Kim yesterday, and I said, you know, Jesus is already here. Father Joseph is here, like holding space. Mary Magdalene is here. Of course, my beloved Akashic librarians are here to give me emotional support. And a bunch of angels. Said Archangel Michael's here. Metatron is here. He's holding space. He's sort of in the background, creating a platform for everyone. And I said, and Raphael is here. I don't know why he's here. And Kim said, oh, yeah, he's here for me. I work with him. I was like, that's funny. I don't work with him. And I said, there's another angel, begins with A. I don't know who. And then I heard them say to me, you should invite Ariel. Ariel is here. And I'm like, I have a friend named Ariel, and I know she's busy with friends today, or her family. She has children. It's Easter Sunday. I'm not going to bother her. So I didn't know why they kept telling me there's an angel A and Ariel should be here. And then Nazi, who's joining us today, said, oh no, Archangel Ariel works with me. So it's funny, you know, we go forward with faith and trust, and then, you know, support for our faith and trust shows up. The fact that Raphael and Ariel were here, and I never would have thought of them. I've never worked with them, but people that we requested to. I'm already out of breath. It's happening already. So I'm going to close my eyes, and it's going to happen fast. Ooh. Oh my word. My hair is so, my head is just like pins and needles right now. We speak about history, for history is ever unfolding before us. The moment now will be the history of the future. But when you look to the past, you do not see the past. You see remnants of memories based upon false beliefs and misunderstandings that claim to be the past. When you read of the occurrences of history, think about your current moment. How would the story of your past resonate with your current moment? When you see the gaping holes of this could never be true in the now, then you may realize that this was most likely not true of the then. If you do not wish the lies of the past, the falsities, the misunderstandings, the recreations to be the platform of your current life, then you must be sure to prepare an honest current planet, current life, current situation to support a future of integrity and growth, positive growth. Greetings to my beloved friends. I am filled with joy to speak with you. My bride and my friends are here, surrounding me, creating a loving mandala, a grid to support my ability to stay in place and extend my heart energy to each of you. Please open your hearts. Invite the love. If it is not my love you wish, or my bride's love, perhaps an angel's love, or a cosmic surgeon's love, whichever love you wish, we have a representative here who would happily flow to you. You understand the entire point of existence is always to return to love. We were each born of love, pure love. I do not speak of your birth in this life. I speak of the birth of the spark of your being, your soul of originality. Was born, each of you, each of us, was born created of pure love and sent forward with the noblest of intentions. As you travel through your path of existence, you become a more fulsome self from merely the spark of pure love. Your adventures, your experiences, your research, you're constantly growing your understanding, developing more sophisticated resonances. This will take you in many directions, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, in every which way. But the goal is for each of us to return to love, a full, knowledge-based, heartfelt love and then to reclaim your purity. So you are no longer the original spark of pure love, but a vast universe upon yourself, complete, everything you could want and need, everything to feed your spirit, your essence, is complete within you, and then powered with love. For this personal evolution to occur, we must each live many lives in flesh or in other states. Many lives, many aspects of existence. But each lesson is only complete when the lesson returns you to love. Your lesson of cowardice, greed, avarice, hostility, hatred will always lead you back to love. When you return to love, the pain of your lessons are released. And then a deep, fulsome purity is embraced. I had lived many lives before this. I had explored many aspects of being, as have each of you. This is a process that we all go through. When I chose to return in this form, filled with so much love, to share the love for all who hungered for it. Do not think my mission failed because the hunger I offered did not slake the appetite of each human on earth. The love I offered allowed each who chose to absorb what was appealing or necessary. For some, they lost fear. For others, they evolved or healed or learned lessons that were difficult for them. And the others rejected. This was their choice. To offer love is the greatest blessing that you can give to yourself, but you cannot judge the blessing based on who accepts it. Merely the joy of being able to offer pure love for all to absorb what they may or desire. You cannot force love. The blessing lays within the offering. If you only look to the results, you will often be disappointed. Unless the love is ever flowing, you feel the blessing within you. When you offer love and someone accepts and the love flows to them, and they may flow love to you, this is a blessing tenfold. It is rare and special and wonderful. However, to offer the blessing of love to flow from divine essence through you to all who wish is equally a blessing. The goal of my life was to be open and flowing with love, to offer love to all who wished. offered not just love flowing through me to them, but their own connections to love, their own understanding of love, their own ability to work with love. Each lesson, be it of destiny, karma, intelligence, strength, no matter what the lesson, it is always about flowing love. For this, I had to maintain a very pure state so that any way any person at any time could connect to love, I was able to aid them with this connection. There were times when I believe my feet did not even touch the earth. I was so open and flowing with love. For me to accomplish this feat, I required my best of friends to be grounded and educational. If you think to my time, each of my inner sanctum was grounded to earth or assisted with flowing of lessons, flowing of love. The most important member of my friends, aside from my blessed bride, was my dearest friend, Judas, the pure. If I were the upper chakras, he were the earthbound chakras. Together, we made one component of loving lessons and caregiving. He reminded me of the purity. He led many meditations that I could follow. He was a master technician and great empathetic being. He was as close to me as I was to myself. This is no surprise, for we have lived many lives together. And outside of life, we've had many adventures. In our time, he had admirers and supporters. Those who saw him for the goodness he was. Look back to our history and see what does not make sense. See how those who were my closest allies were rewritten to be twisted and separated from me. This was an effort to disempower my work as much as theirs. For I taught that love knows no gender, no station in life, no color, no intelligence. Love is love. It is pure and welcome to all. We shared love from a technical way, from a flowing way, an emanating way. We taught people, you are empowered. My technicians were stripped from me so that my idol may become a false representative elsewhere. We will not discuss that today. Betrayal by the Romans is thousands of years in the making, and there will be a repercussion. But my friend Judas, the pure. He was by my side as we planned this entire life. He was there to take care of all the management, the daily lives, the procurements. He made sure that no one went hungry. He made sure that those in the greatest needs were in the front of every line. He made sure that if I was needed in a place, I would be there. He was an organizer, a friend, a confidant. When my emotions were too much, he flowed them into himself so that I may ease my burden and return to the person that was expected of me. There was nothing I could do in this life that he could not do equally well. By absorbing my burdens, he kept himself stapled, nailed to the ground so I may float and rise. He stood me upon his shoulders so that I could shine. He was the best of men. We have had, as I said, many lives together. We were often rascals in our earlier incarnations. And then later, we were healers together, students and healers, travelers, adventurers, again, students and healers. He was there in my best lives. I could not even have planned this life without his help, his support. And I am pleased to share that here among our friends, he is adored and greatly admired. There were frightening times upon the earth in this life. He shielded me often. And when all our best laid plans fell to ruins because we had been too naive, we thought that human nature would rise up towards love when given the chance. We did not believe, really, how greed and corruption could be so enticing when the alternative, love, is freely offered. When all fell apart, and we realized there was only but one solution. My friend fought bravely to save me from this pain, this agony. I say this, what was written of him is false. He fought with me. He wanted to take on my form and be crucified in my place so that I may take my bride and go over the water safely elsewhere. He tried to shield me. He was beaten for it, and his name was ruined. As they say, no good deed goes unpunished. We are the proof of that. When you are in your incarnation cycle, you return to your soul. In our situation, my friends who incarnated with me, while we are connected to our souls, we spend most of our time together, somewhat separate from our souls. We are our own slight collective, brought together by the powerful experience of our life, shared. Now, as we are out of body, we may have whichever adventures we desire. We teach. We support others. We are here as our own collective, of course, connected with our personal souls and our soul collectives. But we are our own collective together. It is my privilege to be constantly in the company of my dear friend. And each moment I see how good and pure and kind, how empathetic he is. He always had greater empathy than I. I care about teaching and helping, but he cares more about implementing the systems so that they remain, about helping those who cannot be taught. Truly, his heart knows no bounds.
We have a question, and a good point to ask at this. The librarians tell us it is possible for one person to heal the world. Please give us points in becoming that person, dear Master. And this is from Nazazim. Hope I mispronounced that. My apologies.
And I thank you for this wonderful question. You have met people who are miserly with their love. They will allow almost the tiniest pinprick of light to shine from them. And even then, they limit to those they feel are deserving at the deserving moments. You have met those who flow with constant love, and their existence seems to be in a state of divine grace at all times. If you think to yourself, how can I be one of these gracious and loving beings? For immediately when you try, you are filled with self-doubt, self-recrimination. You find areas within your being that you deny the opportunity to love. You do not deserve it, you say to yourself. Or parts of your being cry out, I am not worthy of love. The one person who has absolute belief that they may heal the planet just through their pure love and absolute acceptance with every cell of their being, that they may be absolute love, that they deserve the love. When you understand that you deserve love, you understand everyone deserves love. This sounds simple, but for each of you who has attempted to be filled with pure love and felt the areas of rejection or doubt or self-defeatism, you realize this is a mastery. Once you are completely receiving and flowing with love and absolute faith, then the path to healing the world opens to you. Most at that point, see how many people out there are closed to love or do not feel worthy of love or do not understand really what love is. They see that they must flow with the ability to send the exact love that every person needs to them without managing. If you can completely love yourself, then you can completely love another. When you accept this, that you can love all people without judgment, without conditions, then you may open up and the love will shine. It is a mastery. However, one does not need to become that evolved a person to commit great acts of love. Every day you have the opportunity to open your heart to yourself and to others. Even if you are not healing the world, you are healing the world. It need not be the complete world in an instant. Do you understand? Do you have more questions on this? The first step is to absolutely love and adore yourself in every way without judgment. Pure, true love.
They said yes and thank you. for the answer.
I thank you. I thank all of you. I and we flow our gratitude and blessings to you. Remember, do not judge history by what is written. Do you think one so divine as you see me as would have surrounded himself by those who would use him, betray him, ride on his back? Look again. Look again. Reread history and know that the truth is always more interesting than any falsities that you find claiming to be the truth. You can feel it within yourself. What makes sense? You can look to the present. You can say to yourself, if I were divine, would I want to be surrounded by those who were not, who did not have my good intention? Then you would know this would not be possible, for my energy would be depleted by my immediate surroundings. Think to environments you were in, where there were those who were betraying you, cruel to you, making fun of you, demanding you do all their work for them. How high can your frequency become in such a situation? The entire purpose of my life was to raise my frequency to a level that could create a global effect. Therefore, everyone who was in my life was one who helped with this project. Helped because they themselves were very sacred, divine, powerful, kind, loving vessels of caring and concern. Surround yourselves by such people, the people who raise your frequency. And then look again upon my life. Surround yourself by such people, for you are the history makers for our future. You are creating the healings now that others will benefit from in the days to come. I thank you.
Welcome back.
Oh, wow. Oh, well, thank you all for joining. Thank you. That was
Very interesting.
My brain feels scrambled. Well, happy Easter, everyone. Have a wonderful day. And I guess we've all gotten a lot to think about.